In 1854, the writer Henry David Thoreau observed that most men lead lives of quiet desperation. And it's true that some of us have been dealt some pretty lousy cards. But at the end of the day, it is how we choose to play these cards that really matters. Do we choose to fold, or do we stay in the game, living a life of integrity and purpose, finding a way to be of service to our community and fellow man?
Ed had the stroke February 11th, 2003. It was in the morning. He was watching TV. He had the remote control in his right hand, and all of a sudden, he moved the remote control to his left hand, and he was trying to change the channel. He told me he didn't like what he was watching, and I was like, "Why aren't you changing the channel?" And then I went to look at him, and I could see the corner of his mouth was all the way down here. And I looked in his eyes and I said, "I think I should call 911." And his eyes were like, "Yeah, you should call 911." And I thought, shit, I'm calling 911. So I did. I called 911, and I called work next to let them know. Then I called his family third. I think it was like that. The neighbors came and picked up the kids. James was the first one who saw that there was a problem. I told James, "Go get your brother. Your dad's sick. I just called an ambulance." He went in and woke Patrick up, and then Patrick was like, "No, that's not happening." And he's like, "No, really, that's happening." So the two of them came out. So I went to the hospital with Ed. Neighbors came and grabbed all the kids, took them to school. And then when we found out what happened to Ed, Trish Andrews went to school, found the kids in class, pulled them out of class, and let them know what was happening with their dad. So that's how that all happened.
The question, not just for Ed, but for all of us really, is how to carry on when faced with overwhelming challenges. Ed's love of life can give us a clue. As Viktor Frankl said, we have the ability to choose our attitude under any circumstance, and sometimes our guiding lights can be found in the most unexpected places.
Oh, happy feed the doggies. Oh.
He wants his treat.
Yeah, Ed, when we're out in the neighborhood with the dogs, he's like the Pied Piper of the dogs. They're all following him for the treats, and he's making everyone smile. It's always a lot of fun.
This is Ed, the ice cream man.
Oh my God.
He did want to interrupt the other little dogs, but she is like, she's ready. Oh yeah, we now sit. Remember, Marty? Remember to sit, Marty. Oh yeah. Nobody sit. We have to work on our sitting. Oh, with the palm. That's she's trying to shake your hand. She thinks that's a nice little trick. Okay, sit. Very good. Sit. Sitting. No, sit. Stay sit. Sit.
And the dogs know who he is. They even walk past his house, and they try to get away from their owner to get to his garage.
salmon is wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, another one of your favorites is here. Oh my gosh, everyone's dog. It's Anita.
Yeah, it is. Maybe getting front doorstep service treats.
Lindsay, take it.
She sounds like I'll take it if she doesn't.
They don't like each other too much. They're not real fond of each other.
Oh man.
And she's not a dog that likes the cold. I do have a photo of her in the snow, and she doesn't look the happiest. Yeah, it's like this sunshine, this California sunshine
Yeah.
is good, right, Mud?
All right.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Ed, wow, he brings a lot of happiness and joy to this neighborhood, especially to our family. He's been so helpful to my husband. Go get him.
I met Ed McNally 25 years ago when our kids were in kindergarten together. And from the moment I met him, I was just so impressed with how dynamic he was, how full of life he was, larger than life. He had this hot Corvette. He used to make me drive him around, and man, that car was fast. And we became good friends, and then at 42, Ed was laid low by his stroke, and about 6 months after the stroke, he started to do rehab, and I became his workout buddy, and every morning we would go, and he worked out so hard to bring himself back, and for a while he did, and he did he was still able to do really creative work at McNally Enterprises. He did this show for Chanel up at Santa Monica at the hangars, and I went up and saw that show, and the LA Times put it on the front of the calendar section. But slowly over time, and with complications with his stroke, it wore him down physically. And he's been to the hospital maybe over a dozen times with complications. And without fail, at the hospital, the nurses say he's the best patient they've ever had, without fail, and just love to be around him. But all in all, even with everything that has happened, Ed has never lost his love of life and his love of people. And he's more than a friend to me. He's actually a hero. I'm inspired by him every day, and his perseverance is just amazing. Ed started McNally Enterprises out of the trunk of his car and grew it into Southern California's premier live event company. They provide lighting, staging, sound, and video for major events like the Super Bowl and the Grammys. Their client lists include names like Nike and Delta Airlines. Ed's sons, Eddie, Patrick, and James, now run the company, known for its excellence.
When my dad had a stroke, I was very young, so I didn't fully grasp what was happening. I did know that there was a big shift going on and a lot of unanswered questions. We very quickly realized he wouldn't be able to return to run the business that he helped create and set up and start. So my mom very astutely kind of swooped in, took control, and not only did she spend half of her time rehabbing my dad and making sure he gets as healthy as he can be. She also, for the first time from being a stay-at-home mom, started running a live events production business. So I was really young when all that happened, so I didn't really fully grasp how amazing and how awesome the love that my mom had for Dad, up until I kind of grew up and realized, holy crap, we're doing this. We didn't give up this business. A lot of other people would very quickly give up a high stress business like this, which would be a completely acceptable answer. But I think my mom knew, my dad still knows, and maybe Patrick and James at that age knew how important it was to keep the business within the family, keep growing it, keep cultivating it, and be curators of it. So
one of the things that stood out to me was the amount of work he had to put in when he started the company. And as I became involved more professionally, we did an exercise where we looked through all of our old files, and I was fortunate enough to see a lot of his past emails, a lot of his past event photos, a lot of his past drawings and things of that nature. And what really stood out to me was the caliber of the work was something at a level that even for us in the mid-2000s when I was doing this was at a level beyond what we were currently doing as a company. And so it was just really interesting to me to see him, producing a very high caliber of work with less people, less support, less technology to kind of help him along the way.
We believe that you could be successful with excellence in work, a high quality of product, and putting in the extra time and the effort. There are ways to accomplish similar results to what we get with a lot less effort, but you never get that extra little finish, that extra touch of going that extra mile. And for us, what we find with our clients is every time we work with them, they say, oh my gosh, this is so much easier than any other production company we've worked with. You guys totally took care of us. We didn't have to argue with you at all about doing X, Y, or Z. You guys you understood it from the word go. And that's really something that we learned from my dad, which was, if you're going to go into business with somebody, if you're going to deal with somebody, you're going to honor your word, hold up your end of the bargain, and do the right thing.
Oh my God! Oh my God! All right, all right.
Thanks, Dad.
Why is it like
I love seeing you all having breakfast.
All your treats, you're ready to go? Yeah, you got your McDonald's coupons ready too?
Yeah.
All right. Boom, happy 4th.
2,000 years ago, the philosopher king Marcus Aurelius wrote that we are all actors in a play where the story is being written by fate. Our purpose should be to play our parts well. If you are a soldier, then be the best soldier you can be. If you are a beggar, then play this part well. Ed McNally is like a great actor who loves his part, all the while knowing that his story is being written by a power greater than himself. The secret is to love your life. No matter the circumstances, no matter the challenges, love your life with your whole heart.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, man. Beautiful.
When I grow up, I hope to be like Ed McNally.